Hello, hi, welcome to a video. This video is all about creating a flat surface, basically a plane. So I'm making a balcony, that's what I'm making. As you can see, I'm halfway through making it. So as I said, I meant to record it from the very beginning. I thought it was recording, and of course, when I actually realised I actually wasn't recording the screen at all. So I apologise, I didn't show you from the start. So basically, all I done was just very simple. This, gotta go top view, zoom out. All I done was go here object mode. You start off in Blender. Blender opened with a box in the middle of the screen. So all I done was I temporarily deleted the box and I put a plane in there like that. So the plane is here. Top view like that look. Plane's big. If I zoom out, see the plane, how big the plane is. You know, if you're watching my game, you know I'm making a game called Red Band Alley. I'm making some accessories for it. Now everything's got to remain in the big four squares. And if I zoom in, it's got to remain in these four squares and so forth and so forth. No matter how small I go, I'll give myself four squares and then four squares and so forth, all the way down to nothing. So all you do basically is grab this, very easy, very simple, go here, edit, left click. I'm using the mouse on the keyboard just in case you don't know that. So the only tools we're interested in modeling part is these ones at the top. This is points, which are these, any of these, faces, lines, which are any of these. We've only got four lines because we've only got a plane. And this one is the face, which is the whole thing. So you just click the middle of it and like select the whole thing. So anyway, that's all we want. Now in this part of the tutorial, all I'm going to do is click here. Click on an edge, grab it, hold it and drag it. Drag it all the way into wherever size you want. In my case it's there, but I don't need to do it because I've already got one. Here, drag this in, click this side. Of course you don't have to do it this way. This is just how I do it. But of course, if you don't want to do that, then of course you don't have to do that. You can basically go back in object mode, click on scale, and then you can scale it this way. Of course, you're not going to get it perfect. I like to get mine almost completely accurate. So because I want it kind of accurate, because everything's handmade, I want it pretty much accurate. So anyway, let's go back into actually talking about it. So scale it the way you want it. When you zoom in to the little tiny squares that's inside it. Look. Now what you want to do is go back into edit mode, click the object first, go back here, go edit. Now, at first, it's going to look a bit maybe boring because I'm doing the same thing over and over again. As I said, it's a video tutorial log. Maybe you can call it educational video, just to kind of show you that I am actually doing everything from scratch. Now, the reason why I'm doing it is because I don't want to make a model that looks like someone else's. And of course, because I'm making a balcony and all different things, a balcony is basically a balcony. So it doesn't really matter how you go about making it. At some point, it's going to look like someone else's. So as I said, I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea. I don't want some artist to say, "Oh, hang on a minute, that belongs to me." I, I don't want all of the information. I don't want to basically do that. I really don't. So to save any kind of discussions, conflicts, anything like that, I just want to do a video log. So if someone goes to me, have you got proof that you actually created that? I can actually say, yep, it's actually on my channel. You can go and look at it. So that way, that's the end of the conversation. No one else can say anything different because I'm actually showing you from scratch that I made it. But of course, there's all different things out there. Some things I have to make myself in the game world. Of course, I don't want to make everything. I really genuinely do. But I think if I can borrow someone else's model, now sometimes I've got a couple of models that the person who actually owns the models, male and female, they said that I've got the email from them to say that I can actually use the model in my game world, which is absolutely fantastically great, as long as I give them a link back to the website. I think I can do that. Now, of course, when the game's up and running, if I can manage to get up and running, now I'm not going to tell you, oh yeah, it's going to be the best game on the planet. Maybe it won't be, maybe it might be. It's definitely going to be a game that's totally different, totally unique to any other game you've ever played in your life. There's no weapons in it. There's none in there. It's all about trying to avoid any conflict in the game world. So, of course, you don't have to avoid it. You can become right in the middle of it if you want to. But the whole point of the game really is to avoid it. But As I said, when you play the game, if you play the game, if I get it running, then of course it's up to you how you go about playing it. As I said, it's like a young person kind of kid game, but I have made second levels for it, which I am doing. Now, the second levels are going to be extremely hard to unlock. So if you're an adult and you play the game, the reason for it is because I want to add some like jump scares into it and like certain things like that. Not just to scare you, they're also there to scare off the I'm going to use the word hooly goolies that's in the game too. You know, so obviously, let's say you're running down a certain alleyway, or maybe on some kind of rooftop. Don't matter where you are in the game world. Obviously, I don't know where you're going to end up in the game because you will be the one controlling the character. So, as I said, there's not really any restrictions, more or less, in the game. You can go basically everywhere and anywhere. You can go in now. When you play some games, sometimes you can't go into certain locations because maybe that part of the level is not actually built. But all of my level is 3D, and every single part of my level is made. So you can go anywhere you want. So if you think you're going to walk, let's say dive in the water, I wouldn't recommend that. If you go diving in the water, because there's a big megalodon shark in the water, and he's in all different locations at all different times. So you might be in the water and you might be safe, but if you get in the water at the same time as the megalodon, yeah, you're going to get yourself into a bit of trouble. So anyway, and he's a pretty big shark. So yeah, there's not really much you can do. So I think yeah, and he's pretty fast in the water. So if you think you're going to outswim it, I very much doubt it. So yeah. So anyway, as I said, it's up to you. Let's say you're in the water. Let's say at the bottom of the ocean, there's a big box of treasure because they might be. You have to go and look for it if it's actually in the water. Well, it could be on land. So as I said, I've got different items in different locations. Now you can get the treasure. You can, but you got to pick the exact moment to actually go and get it. So you need to kind of maybe hang around for a couple of days, kind of work out what the shark's doing. So when you go around the level, the whole point of it is to pay close attention to all of the shadows, all of the dark shadows, the light shadows, and they're all kind of hints to what you're really supposed to be doing. Now, if you're really good at paying attention, then of course you might go through the game pretty easy, and there's also a way to kind of help protect you from certain creatures that's in the game. So let's say you got like let's say you got a creature of the night, let's say, and it's chasing you. Now, of course, the creature of the night can't go into the sunlight. It can't go into the light, basically. Let's say the ghost. Let's say, of course, a ghost can go in. A ghost can go into the light. It can. So I'm thinking. So depending on what's chasing you, but I'm saying if a certain thing chases you and you know that if you find somewhere nice and light, it can't basically get you. Then of course you might have to sit there all night, depending how long the thing hangs around for. Because my things in my world have got their own AI. And of course, normally if it sees you, it won't leave you alone until it actually gets you. So I'm thinking, well, that's kind of really kind of bad. So I'm thinking, yeah, but obviously you can lose it if you run down, let's say, a certain alleyway. Now, of course, it knows you went down the alleyway, but it doesn't know where you are. So it might stay in the alleyway all night, but it won't stay there too long because let's say something chases you, and let's say you're trapped in an alleyway. As I said, I'm actually talking about the game at the moment, just while I'm building this part. I'm almost there. So, as I said, I'll kind of give you a bit more information about the game world, just in case, at some point you kind of get to play it or you actually like that kind of game. Because some people say, I don't really play games. It's not my kind of thing. I don't do it. Well, that's fine. If you don't play games, then that's fine. Because some people like to watch people play games. Some people do. Well, as I said, once you save it, go up here. Just kind of save your work. So next time I do a video, I don't have to do that part. Now, what I always do is go over here, right click, make a new file. Go here, copy it, right click, copy, then click on it, left click that. Then right after you left click it, so click it to highlight it, then right click it, paste in there. So this one, click on here. Now you might think this is a really kind of silly way to make a balcony. It's really not. I want to show you. I haven't finished it yet, but I want to kind of give you an idea of how it would look. So this is what we want to do. Now, of course, we'll have to do a few things to this to make it look really nice. So first of all, come back into normal mode. Come out of wireframe so you can see it. Because there's no point you can't see it. Click on it, go here, edit. So I should have to click off it, click back on it, go here, go edit. Sometimes you have to click off it to click back on it. Now, first of all, you want the width of the concrete. This is the concrete on the outside. This part here is a metal frame around it. These little squares in the middle, these are the poles around the balcony. Of course, you notice I've got no poles on this side. At the moment, I didn't add them at the moment, but I will add them to the template. So you will have poles all the way around it. The back ones, I don't need them. These ones on this side, don't really need them. They're on that side because let's say you make, of course you can take the template and just flip it around so it's back to front. Or you can leave the back ones and then do the front ones. It's up to you. You got left and a right basically, that's what you got. So I think, okay, let's go back to top view. So what we want to do, pretend this is our platform. What I want to do is select all of the, I want to select everything here, select everything. Okay, now what you have to do is go faces, hold the up arrow key, left side of the keyboard. Now you can click these one by one like this, or you can just hold and drag it. Now sometimes you hold and drag it, you can actually unselect them instead of selecting them. So anyway, either way, so I can't do that, so I have to hold the up arrow key, go around the keyboard, untick all of the edges. Of course, you might think, well, I don't really want to do that. Watch how fast we can actually make a balcony once we got a template. As I said, the template will be available if you want it, but you don't really need the template. The template is actually underneath the model when you download it. So just open the model, delete the template if you don't want it, and then of course just keep the model. I said you don't necessarily need the template, but it's nice to have the template for storage. Because when I store my models, believe it or not, I don't actually store the actual model. I only store the template. So it's smaller and takes up less memory on my cloud. Of course, when you download the actual model, the link that I give you is not actually physically to the template. It's actually for the 3D model download. But of course, like I tell you, the actual template is also with the model. So if you only want access to just the template only, of course, I can give you a different link for that. And then, of course, when you download it, you have to do exactly what I'm doing here and make your own model. So it's up to you if you want to make it yourself from scratch. Once you do that, flip it to the side, and now you've got to roughly work out how big your thing's going to be. But before we do that, we need to make the bottom basement. So zoom in. I said up to no more squares, so I can't zoom in. So I have to kind of eyeball this. So I'm thinking what I need to do is go to extrude. Extrude this one square. Turn snapping on. If it works, great. See, just move it once so it does that. So our cellar concrete is one square wide. I think, you know this. Now that's not bad, but it's supposed to pull this one down. That's the second layer. So obviously what I need to do is select all these ones. I want the exact same thing, but obviously that's exactly what I'm doing. Except you have to stop you. Now that is exactly what I'm doing. Except it doesn't really matter. I was going to do the bottom first, then that one. But I'll do the opposite way around. So hold the up arrow key on the keyboard, go to top view, select all of the edges like this. Make sure you get all the edges. Now go back to side view. Now as you can see, we've already pulled the second one up. Go back here and pull this one back down. So that's how it should look. So it should look like that first, and then we pull it up, and then it looks like that. If we go and look at it now, you say it looks like that. Now of course, it's got a lip all the way around it, except if you notice here, there's no lip. It's at the bottom. You know this look, because I'm pulling it inside out. So it doesn't really matter because I can actually just rejoin the faces. Of course, if I don't want to do that, I can undo it all and then redo it if I want to do that. Doesn't matter, I'm only showing you. So obviously, imagine now that, I'll show you. I said I wouldn't keep it like that, I'll make it go back flat again and then I'll redo the edge first, then the middle. Let's do that because otherwise you might not like it like that. So let's undo this. I said it's the same thing, so it doesn't really matter. So go here. Just undo everything so everything is flat. Okay, so the whole thing is flat. Okay, now all I want to do is just basically the actual this part here. So let's go to edges. I can do faces, it doesn't matter, but I want to go edges because I want to make sure that it doesn't get nothing else. Put the edges, of course, I have to go back to top view for this. So in top view, go on here, select all. If that follows you, go over here, press that, turn it off. As I said, because I make them all fresh by hand and I'm showing you every individual part of it, some videos might take a little while. So all I'm doing, I'm holding the up arrow key, left side of the keyboard, and I'm left clicking the actual edge. Of course, you can hold the key on the computer and it'll wrap itself right around the model. You can do that, but because I'm not going to basically show you that, because sometimes it causes you more problems than doing it this way. Yeah, this way is a little bit slower, but of course, as I said in all my videos, it's a video tutorial series about point and click, and to make sure that you get every single part of your model fully working, fully animated, and making sure that you're happy with it. So as I said, that's the whole point of my videos. As I said, most people don't model the way I model, just for speed. They kind of just do it different. So I think, no, I'm going to do mine like this. And the reason why I do it this way is because when I pull my model out of my model, when I do that, all the pieces are automatically interlinked. So if I want to separate any part of it, I can do. So I don't have to go around cutting any holes in it normally because the hole's already there. So once I move the edge of the model, then of course the software knows that there's no edge on it. So zoom back in and grab this, pull it down to about there. Just pull it down once. So turn snapping on, pull it down once. Really, if that's a slab of concrete, that would probably be about 2 slabs wide. So we could go here, turn the thing off, go down here and just pull it one more so you go 2. Because really, if that's a slab of concrete, it's going to be about 2 slabs wide like that. But it all depends what kind of balcony it is. So if you want 2 slabs wide, have 2 slabs wide. So I'll go back here and do it. So it's 1 slab wide. I'm thinking, okay, let's have 1. Let's pretend it's a big massive sheet of steel. Now, of course, there's no faces underneath here, look, because we haven't built it underneath. So when you've done the model, just import your template, the actual template. The template will go at the bottom and then just join it back to the model. Or you can just connect them separately one by one. That's how I would do it. Now, what I want to do here, you go back here, hold the up arrow key left side of the keyboard, go faces. Now this part is different, so we're going to select all of this, all of the inside, and none of the outside. Okay, because now this is going to give me like a lip around the top of the model. This is what I showed you in the first place. Go here, extrude it once, come back out. So I've got a nice little lip on it. I think great. Now, of course, what you want to do here is maybe push the floor back in. So we've got like a metal frame around it. Now, have you noticed, look at my corners, you see how it looks like a picture frame? I would actually make them corners square. That's what I would do. But as I said, just for the video, I'm going to show you. So, I'm not going to undo it and do it again. I'm not going to do that. I can just basically get a knife and cut a line across there. But I've got to make sure that I cut it across here, down, and then over here. You don't have to particularly do that part. Or I want my corner square, so it looks decent. So obviously now what you want to do, the reason why I didn't dimension square is because I'll show you. If you go here, I want to go here and here. That's what I want to do. Now, of course, I can't just do that because I need the whole thing. So what I have to do here is right click, copy it, right click, paste. So I've got 2, do this, Leave this one here, have a look at it. You see how that one's flat? No. Hide this one, go back here, delete that. Go back to this one, come over here, go object, make sure it's in object mode. Go here, copy it, right click, paste, hide one, leave one, go back to top view. So look at it, then go over here, go edit. Okay, make sure you're looking at it from this point of view. Okay, now what you want to do is see the edge. You want to take all of the edge, but not the outer edge. You want this edge right here. So if you do properly, you can select it like that. Now, of course, these corners would be square, but because I didn't actually do that part, I said I'd make them square first. I'd make this square. I'd put a line from there to there, line from there to there. Do the same this side, so it's perfectly square. Right click, split. Right click, separate selection. Now, when I do that, I'll hide that part. Look, I'll go here and I'll delete the model. So, what did you do that for? Because this is what it is. If you look at the framework now, you see I've kept all the squares. I'm thinking that's great. Now, what you want to do here? Now, of course, this part you have to do a little bit of work. So go here, select the whole entire face area. Go back to this corner view on the side. Make sure you do the top, not the bottom. Okay, you want to do the balcony. So go up one. Look at it. Great. Underneath is not done. Underneath is a big gap in it. Okay, so the bottom is actually done. Normally it doesn't do the bottom, there's a big gap in it, but because it's done it, it's great. So I don't mind. All I have to do now is come in and actually delete the faces. Every second face I need to delete so I can connect it to the bottom. Now, of course, that's a little bit too skinny for my liking. So go here, come off that, go back to the face, just spin back around again, zoom back in. Don't extrude it again, just go here and just move it. Another one. I'm going to have another look at it, thinking, yeah, that's a bit better. Now it doesn't, as I said, you see how you got this extra line in there? We can actually undo that, I'll show you. Okay, you see when you go down like that? Just zoom in. It doesn't matter if you leave the line there, it just means you have to delete it after. Just go here, 1, 2, not 3. But don't matter, leave it on 3, move it down, 1. Go back here, undo that. Click here, move it down, 1. So about there. So let's have a look, make sure that's 2. No, see that's 3. So that's too wide. So move it down 1. Go back and have another look at it, thinking, yep, that's a perfect rail. I like that rail, so let's keep that. So we're going to keep that. We're going to bring this back and say, well, how come it's there? Now, of course, it's there. Now, you don't have to have this one here because really, this part here, it's already there. It's built in the floor. So you will see when we actually push the floor into the floor. So I'll show you. So what's that for? That's for the rail, for the top. So we go here. First, click on the object, click off it. I always do this. Click on that. Go back to here. Go edit. Now you see inside here, we've got all of these bars looking things. Of course, the idea is to push them back down into the floor. That's the whole idea of this. So they look like bars. So we can actually go to this side view, go into wireframe, because we want to be able to see inside it. You see the bar itself. Make sure you go into wireframe so you can see right through it. Of course, there's nothing inside here. Look, there's no squares. So you have to do it kind of by an eyeball. So I'm thinking, okay, don't bring it too far down. You want it about halfway. The halfway mark is where that little dot is. That's halfway. Okay, but we don't want it halfway because we want it halfway between that and that. So just go here, just approximately, click here, and just click it, hold it, and you're ready. Okay, you can't see what you're doing. Okay, all you have to do is select all of these. I apologise for the interruption, my phone rang. So as I said, just hold the up arrow key, select every second one, like that, so they all turn yellow. Just hold the up arrow key, left click, right click, come down and delete. So now it looks like that. Now of course we can leave it like that temporarily. So I'm thinking, grab this, pull it over. Now this is the drum that we're doing at the moment. So what I always do is copy it, but you can't copy it because we're not actually in object mode. Go object mode, go onto it, copy it. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on the same one and I'm going to paste it. I'm going to move one of them up to here so it's actually out, and I'm going to hide it. So I've still got the same template. Now here's the easy part. All we have to do, basically, this is basically now the balcony. So we can click the balcony or we can click on this part, doesn't matter. So before we bring this in, let's just finish this part. So go back to here, go edit. All we have to do is go back to top view, look at where the posts are, go to faces, up here, left side, come down here, where everywhere the posts are, you can turn it off, go over here, press that, go back over here, to every like second one, select these. You don't have to do every second one, it's up to you how you want to go about doing it. You can do the ones in between the gaps if you want, so it looks different. As I said, this is entirely up to you and it's entirely optional how you want to do it. As I said, this is going to look like a little balcony, it's going to be up on the side of the house. Of course, you can character can actually go onto it if you want to. Flip it to the side view, just flip it around that way, it doesn't matter, just pick a view, pull down. Now don't stretch it back more than 2 squares, otherwise it's going to be too big. So go to extrude, just extrude it a little bit like that, leave it, go over here, grab that, move it up to about there. So go back and have a look at your balcony, thinking, not too bad. So as I say, it don't look too great because we haven't done the sides of it. But I thought this is like a quick way to make a balcony. Then of course all you would do is click off it. If you want to higher, you can go higher. Bring this balcony back, click on this one, go back to front view so you can actually see. And if you go here, go object, and it's already there, look, so you can go here. Grab this, move it up. It's on snapping, so it just snaps to the actual surface. Turn snapping off, move it back down. So turn the snapping off, just untick it. Then you can actually move it, place it on top. Perfect. Now, of course, if you don't want to place it on top like that, I physically wouldn't do that, because if you actually hide this one and watch this one, so click off it, click back on it, go back to your edit. You see how all the faces are already here? So every second one, I would just join from here. I would join it from here to here. I would physically join it, that's what I would do. So even though I told you to pull it out, I'm going to kind of go around here. As I said, it's just a camera angle, so it's really looking at it. So if it's on a balcony, as you see, it's pretty great. So don't forget now, if we do the sides, we put the bars on the side, same as that. So all I've got to do basically is just edit the template and add in a few bars like that, maybe here. Now of course, it all depends on how big you want these bars. You want them the same thickness as the floor? Maybe, maybe not. Now of course, the problem with the floor, if you look at the floor, you see how it's not a bar, it's only one skinny little bar. Now all you would do here, this is all you have to do, is to ignore this. You can hide that if you want to, doesn't matter, it's not going to affect it. Go here, go object, click on this, go here, go edit. Now the only work you have to do here, basically, this is the only work you have to do once I added the bars here, so it looks like that all the way around on the sides and on this side. So basically you walk out of the doors onto the balcony. Of course the balcony is not correct, because if you look down here, it's only a single panel look, it's flat. So if you know, it's not 3D. No, it is 3D. So what you have to do is go into here, go to line tools if you want to, press that line, not that line, the little line there, this little line here, this one here, and press F on the keyboard to fill it. So that will join that, but let me just explain all to you. When you join the lines, press the line as well. So pick all 3 lines and press join. Now it will join the line. But normally if I'm doing that, I don't do it that way either. I go here, points, I zoom in, I click point, I click the 2 points, select these 2 points and press join it. That's how we do it. Now if you notice here, look, it looks like it's actually invisible. So half of it looks okay and half of it actually is wrong, which is actually right. Go back to faces, press the face. See, this face is wrong. Go here, flip the face outwards. If you look at it, you should be able to see through the actual. You see, like here, look. You see how there's no face here, look. So we don't have to flip it. We have to actually put the face in because the face is not actually in there. I said you need to do that on both sides. So go back to points. I said it's good to kind of flip the face over so you can actually see what you're doing. Go here, here, and here. So you fill it. Now when you go this side, go here, 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 and here. Fill that. Fill the top of it. So I'm making a box. Now, if you do that all the way down to the bottom, from this side to that side, then of course everything is perfect. And everything is actually physically joined together. But of course, before you put the top on it, go inside here. Because unless you're actually going to take the wood out, if you're not going to take the wood out of it, you see the faces inside here, look. I'll show you. See these faces inside here? Not that one, the ones on top of the wood. You can actually physically remove the face. You don't need it. See, like here, I've actually removed the whole thing if you look at it. You wouldn't actually remove the whole thing, so let's put that back. The best one to do, and then you put it back. As I said, inside there should be, obviously, there's a face inside there. So there shouldn't be a face in there. See like this face here, look. So you click on the face, before you fill the edges, click the face, turn around, hold the up arrow key, click this face, right click, delete the face first so there's no face there. Because you're not going to see it, it's going to be inside the box. So click that and that, turn the camera, click that and that, press F, hold the up arrow key, press that, turn around, go this one and this one, press F, I would on half of it, press that and that, do this one, say yeah, press this one, this one, this one and this one, hold the up arrow key, let go of it, press F. Now, to make sure that that's perfect, go here, and go back faces. Now, when you turn back faces on, if you watch the actual geometry, it looks perfect. When you turn back faces on, it tells you that the actual thing is back to front. You see, like here, look, they're all perfect, but the back to front. So how do you do that? You just select the whole thing. Obviously, you don't want to do that. You want to go faces, select all the faces, go here, mesh, go here, and flip. All the faces now are facing me. So they're all correct. The ones underneath here are not correct. So let's have a look. So underneath, you see everything visible, you can't see them. You have to basically go underneath it. So you see, these ones are good. This one is invisible. Go here and flip it. So it turns white. Stop doing that. So go here and just have a check it. So the ones inside, you don't need them, but the ones outside here, they should be facing towards me. If you turn around, as I said, but when I'm doing my screen recording, it messes around with my geometry. As if you look at it, you see all the faces are facing inwards. Look, see all the faces, they're all facing the wrong way. So obviously, now if I come back out of it and you make your model and thinking, oh, that looks absolutely great. If you upload that now to a website, they won't have it. They'll say go back and remake it because it's back to front, upside down, inside out. So always turn this on when you model in Blender so you can make sure that everything is facing the correct way. All I do with that, I'll just go here, go back to top view. Now what I do, I select everything like this, and then I go here, and then I flip the whole entire thing, and then I will go back in here, select these ones, and you get the idea. Flip everything round so it faces towards you. Obviously don't press on do that because I actually select the faces. Click off that. As I said, the screen recorder is messing around, so it's kind of pulling the faces. See, I can't click it. As I said, flip the faces around, and then when they're all facing the correct way, then of course go back in and join all the edges. Of course, all of these ones are supposed to be facing downwards. All of these, gosh, I'll just go back here. So these ones, even though they look transparent, I'll go here, flip them, face them back down to the floor, because they shouldn't face you, they should be facing the ground, because this is the bottom of the rail. See underneath here? The other ones are face down to the floor. So go here. There should be a face here. Here on here, there should be a face on the end of that. I can't see the face. Oh no, there's nothing there, there's a hole. So anyway, as I said, just go around your box and now check on the edges. Face them actually the right way. So go like that, look. Go this side, perfect. Click on top of it. Go back here, flip it. Now of course, my box is starting to take shape. Now of course, all you have to do is basically, once you've done that from there to there, put your top back on it. Of course, you can fix the sides of it, put some kind of bars on it, maybe put some kind of mesh on it, whatever you want to do. And then once you're done, you've got a perfect looking balcony to share on the internet. And it's perfect for your game. So as I said, in the next part of the video, I'm going to have it complete and I'll show you after I've actually turned all the faces around, so it actually looks properly. So before I turn all these faces around, I'll go here, look. So select all the faces. As I said, the screen recorder is messing around with my geometry. Go here, click that. So as you can see, my balcony is starting to look half normal. Here, obviously back to front, just here, look, it's actually invisible. You can't see it. And that one there is invisible. You can't see that one either. Go back here, flip it. See how you can actually see, look. Go back here, flip it. As I said, it's just to kind of introduce you to the tools. So my balcony will be finished in the next part. So as I said, I will be showing you. So all I'm going to do basically is go around it, select the edges, flip the faces over, and then of course put it on the internet, share it. So I need to do all of these here. Not yet, because first, before I do anything, I need to go back to my template, wherever it is. It's here somewhere, I think, I hope. Is that my template? So as I said, I can't turn it because that's my template, it's just upside down. So as I said, this is my template, it's upside down. So all I have to do is make it back flat. As I said, I've already got a template basically, I've already saved it flat. So just in case I kind of go do that and I kind of mess it up. So we go on here, press that, go here, press edit. I can select the whole entire thing, go here, flip normals. So everything is all done now, look, except there's a couple of little straight pieces that I kind of messed up. So go back here, click that, go on here, click that. As I said, it's all basically done. I ain't going to do really much to it, just a bare amount of work. So I'm thinking, okay, so what I want to do is just flip it around this way, right to the back, because it's all the back that's messed up. Go back to the back of here, select all that, go back here, flip, yeah. Put it over here, look at this part. No, I want all that as well. Go here, flip that too. Back out, go back and have another look at it, make sure there's no more little stragglers. As I said, the side of this is wrong, so as I said, this is just the base of the base balcony. Of course, the actual bars and the rail is actually separate. So as I said, it's not all glued together, so that's my base. Now see how I've missed the top of that, look. Go top view, select all these little bars here, just left click hold, drag it, go here and fill them in, so they're all filled in. Now of course, you don't have a balcony, it can be like a cage for the window. That's what it can be, if you want a cage for the window. So it could, behind here could be a room, it could be a cell, maybe a prison cell, maybe something like that. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. Maybe just an air vent for the wall. I said you can do loads of things with that. It's not just a balcony. So of course, if you leave it on the floor and you bring in the top layer for it, then of course you can actually turn it back into a balcony if you want to do that. Like that, you can bring the bars in, put the top on it. Now, instead of being like a window bars, it can become a balcony. Very easy, very simple. And of course, all you have to do here is make the cradle for the bottom of it so it looks like it's actually part of the wall. Just so it don't actually look like a window. So I'm thinking, yeah, pretty easy, pretty simple. Anyway, so in the next part, you'll see the whole thing basically complete. All I'm going to do it basically draws the lines from here to there, from here to there. So I need to go top view. Look at the lines on the floor. See the lines on the floor here. All I've got to do is press this one here. Go to this line here, look, and obviously put the line in. Put one here, count two, put one there, count two, put one there. So all the bars are the same thickness as these bars. And then of course, when I click on these little squares, like I told you a minute ago, click on all these, hold the up arrow key. I can do these ones, I can do all of these ones, I can do all the ones on that side, and then of course, I can just put it inside view and stretch them up. And then that will give me a really nice kind of looking balcony, basically. Of course, we make them skinnier if we want to, but it's up to you if you want to do that. Well, anyway, that's the end of the video. So I really hope that this kind of video helped you out. Anyway, as I said, it's a video log tutorial kind of series to introduce you to the basics of tools. So as I said, when you're modeling, all you really need is these three tools here, these tools down here, and basically the only keys you need is the up arrow key, the S key, and the enter key. Sometimes you might use the K key to cut a line around it. So if you want to draw a line basically across your geometry, I will show you. Watch the mouse. If you press K on the keyboard, it will change to a knife look. And basically what you can do is draw a line from there to there, or from here to here. Now of course, because I'm working on the bottom one, it will draw a line on the bottom one, look. If I draw a line from here to here, see how I draw the line? And you can go from here to here, to here, to here. Now of course, once you're happy with it, press enter and say okay, perfect. If you don't want the lines there, go back here, line tool, click the line, right click and dissolve the line. Click on it, dissolve the line, click on it, dissolve, click on it and dissolve. And it's right back to square one. Now if you want to draw on this part and not this part because it's both separate, you have to go into object mode, click on the wood, go back here, go edit. Now I can edit the wood. So if I press the knife now, I can now draw on this part. So anyway, it's up to you how you want to do it. Anyway, as you say, thumbs up, thumbs down, subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, I very much appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next video, which would just be basically the final model before I share it on the internet. So anyway, see you soon. Bye.